All right, so our layout is basically done. Everything's positioned in the right place. We have all the images on the page, elements like carousels and stuff are good. So for the most part, I think we're done with using the Odin classes. And now we want to customize it. And so basically that means we need to get in here and tinker with the colors and maybe adjust typography just a little bit. And we can do some things like change image sizes, things like that as well. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of these grid lines. Remember, these grid lines are I just put these in here so we could get the layout. But so if we go to the HTML, we've got this body class show grid lines, and I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. And so the grid lines, those should be gone. So the first thing I want to do is give my page like a darker background color. And so we'll go into the CSS, all right? And actually, let me backtrack a little bit. I have this CSS file already made, okay? What I tried to do, just so you don't have to watch me type everything, is made a list of the HTML elements that I'm using on my page and just kind of grouped them in sort of a logical order with my sectioning elements, my content, and images and links in order. I have my CSS in a CSS folder. Okay, it's not out in the root directory. And that's because a lot of times with big sites, I might have multiple CSS files. So I like to keep them organized, and then I'll just keep my HTML files out here in the root. So the first thing I need to do is go in here and actually connect style sheet to the HTML page. And since I'm in a folder, okay, it's CSS is the folder name, and it's called, my file is called main.css. All right, so now they're connected. Right, nothing happens at this point, and that's because the CSS file is still blank. So the first thing I want to do is let's change the body, the background color. So I want to make it like a dark color. So I am going to say background color, and I'm just going to pick kind of a dark gray color here. We'll see what that looks like. Okay. All right, looks good. Text has become just a little bit hard to read, so let's give a text color. And I'm going to make this not quite white. Sometimes I think, a little off-white is slightly easier on the eyes. Okay, so that looks good there. Okay, so my paragraph text is nice. Let's see. We'll go in here and let's see. We can also deal with colors of the headings. Okay, I think this is kind of some CSS that's the Odin class is overriding. So what I want to do is match the images. All right, I have already used a color picker tool to grab the color of these images. And so my heading 1, color of, and the color I have picked out is, let's see, 5E88889E. I'll do that for heading 1 and heading 2. Okay, so I like how that looks. Let's see, is there any other colors I have to adjust? No, I think everything's pretty good right there. So now I'm going to fiddle with the typography a little bit. So it's not so bad, but maybe I want the font size to be just like slightly bigger. And so whatever this is just like the default browser font size or maybe the default Odin font size. And what I'm going to do is go up to the HTML element. Give it a font size of 20 pixels. I believe browsers by default are 16 pixels. And actually, nothing has happened yet, right? So what I have to do now is I'm going to go down for each of my 3 main elements. And I'm going to do, I think I can do this. Let's go to the body and font size is 1 rem. And I believe that did get a little bit bigger. Okay, yeah, it did. And then we'll go to the heading 1. And I'm going to make it 4.1 REM. The unit I'm using is called a relative M. And so instead of specifying it in pixels, what I want to do is make all of my font sizes relative to the one I specified in the HTML element. And I'll show you in a second, but that means I can change this and all of the font sizes change proportionally. So this one I'll do 2.4 REM. Right, so let's get to the page. Okay, so what's nice about this is that, like let's say we wanted to make this 30 pixels, this might be pretty big. All of the font sizes change together relative to some base font size, which means when I'm doing my design, I only need to focus on the proportion I want between different types of HTML elements, text elements, not the specific font sizes. All right, so once I have the proportions right, I can go fiddle with this number until everything looks perfect to me. All right, so we'll go back. So the font sizes look nice. Let's see. Right here, I guess I like this font size, but this is my mission statement. I think I'd like that text to be a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is, right, this is paragraph text that would apply to the whole page, but what I'm going to do is make a new class called P mission. And I'll do the font size here. And I'm going to say 1.6 REM. So I want to bump this text up just a tad. Oh, in order to do that, we have to go over to the mission statement itself, and I've got a paragraph. Here's my mission paragraph. It already has one class applied, so if we want to do another, just do a space and then the next class name. Okay, so I like that. As long as I'm playing with the mission statement, I think it goes too far to the edge of the screen. Maybe I'd like to pinch it in a little bit. So we'll just play around a little bit here. I'm going to do max width of 80%. Didn't want to open that. Okay, so I like that. A little easier to read. Wish it were centered though. So let's do a margin left of auto, and we'll do a margin right of auto. And when you specify left and right margins of auto, well, basically what it's going to do is take the available space and split it up evenly. Okay, so mission looks pretty good. Okay, liking the page so far. This area right here could use some work, right? I wish this logo was kind of more in line with the font size. So I've got some image styles here, but I only want to alter the logo. So I'm going to avoid putting any CSS here for now. I'm going to go to make a logo class. And let's see. The heading 1 is 4.1 REM. I'm going to make height the same amount. And this is using REM. Again, if I change this font size, the logo will change with it. So now that looks nicer. Oh, wait a minute. I put it in the wrong spot. It messed up my carousel. It messed up the carousel. Let's fix that. And then now this isn't right, but that's just because I've got to go to, here is my logo image, and I'll add the logo class, right? And now that works nice. Again, just to kind of show you why rems are nice, right? We'll make this 24 pixels for the base font size, and we refresh and see how everything grows together. All right, so change that back to 20. I like what's going on here. Let's see. These icons, if I had to pick something I didn't like, especially on this grow, maybe I'd like a little extra space around these icons here. So I'll do image.icon, and how about just a little padding around all the sides, and I'll just do 1.2 rem. We'll find out if that looks reasonable or not. So keep doing the same thing, right? Make a class. Don't forget. Go find the image. And we have to apply the icon class to each one. Okay, so a little more space, right? Space around elements is good. And let's see, I've got this footer to deal with down here. This footer has links in it. So let's style those. Right. Normally, I probably would have different styles for footer links and links in the main section, but this page I only have links in the footer, so we'll just do it like this. Color. And so my base color, I'm just going to do this same color that I used for the headings, and the little icons are this color. And then I want them to light up or just kind of brighten up a little bit when you mouse over them. So my new color for this will be 7db 5d2. And I'll copy that. And maybe you can see on here, so we got kind of a darker, kind of a slatey blue, and then we brighten it up a little bit when we hover. So let's see what it looks like. Like that. And it's got a nice little hover effect. Okay, so that's good. Let's see if there's any other little finishing touches to do on the page. Yeah, I'm going to put just some like horizontal lines below the header and above the footer. So let's go to these sectioning elements. Let's see my header. Do a border bottom. How about 4 pixels, solid. And I'm going to do I'll do this in that off-white color again. And on the footer, we'll just we'll do the exact same thing. Keep it kind of symmetrical, but put it on the top. Okay, like what's going on there, like what's going on there. Let's see if there's anything else wrong with this page that we can fix easy, and aha. Notice something here, right? These little arrows to advance the slideshow were not there initially. And actually they were there, right? But the page background was white, so we just couldn't see them. So I'm going to go back over to Odin and figure out what's up with that. And we'll go over to the carousels. And it's got this navigation, it's got some customization, navigation dots, autoplay, multiple items. And that's it. But it says it integrates Slick, so we'll open this up. And we'll go to the settings. And there was another one, right? So Odin uses Slick, which has all these features. They're just not all documented on the Odin site, because you can come over here and take care of it. And so there's the arrows. And so we're going to go into our slideshow. And here's our data Slick. And we'll just add 2 arrows. So you know what? I like to be organized with this stuff. So I'm going to put it first. That should be a colon right here, and then separate it with comma. I'm going to put it first because I like listing my options in alphabetical order. Right, same way I like listing my CSS properties in alphabetical order. Just kind of one of those things I found helps me prevent making some mistakes. So let's go check out BuzzFeed now. The errors are gone. All right, got the nice layout. The spacing is good. Shrink it in. All right, so if we're on a phone or something, everything is going to stack nicely. And so I think this is a nice place to end the video. All right. So what you've learned in this video, right, when you're using um, the Odin for layout, basically you're going to go in and design your layout and establish the grid, make sure it's all responsive. Um, you can do a little bit of alignment of text and images and things like that. And then as soon as you want to get in and start customizing colors and tweak photography, well, what you do is you go create your own style sheet, right? Link your style sheet after the Odin one, and and then have fun with it. All right. So I guess thanks for watching this video, and I'm going to end it right here.